Let me paint you a picture. This is a mid-sized marketing firm in downtown Chicago. About 40 employees. Open floor plan. The kind of place where people hang fairy lights over their desks and bring their dogs to work on Fridays. The boss's name is Elena. She's 42 years old. Built the company from scratch in her one-bedroom apartment 8 years ago. Everyone respects her. Some are even a little scared of her. Not because she yells. She never yells. But because she's the kind of leader who remembers everything. She remembers your kid's name. She remembers you wanted a window seat. She also remembers that one time you messed up a client report and never admitted it. So when her assistant starts walking around at 9:15 a.m. on a random Tuesday, tapping people on the shoulder and whispering, "Elena wants to see you in the conference room," the whole office freezes. The first person called is Marcus. He's been there 5 years. Top sales guy. Drives a used Honda and wears the same gray blazer every day, but he brings in more revenue than anyone. Marcus walks into the conference room. The door closes. For 12 minutes, nobody hears a thing. Then Marcus comes out. His face is pale. He doesn't look at anyone. He just walks straight to his desk, packs his bag and leaves. No goodbye. No explanation, nothing. Now you have to understand what this does to an office environment. Humans are social animals. We're wired to watch each other for signs of danger. That's not paranoia. That's biology. Back in the cave days, if one person in your tribe suddenly left the fire and never came back, you'd assume a saber-toothed tiger was nearby. Same thing here, except the tiger has a corner office and a designer handbag. So now everyone is panicking. The group chat blows up. People start whispering theories. Someone says Marcus got fired because he was stealing clients. Someone else says he quit because Elena found out he was interviewing at another company. A third person swears they saw Marcus crying in the bathroom last week. Nobody actually knows anything, but that doesn't stop anyone from guessing. Here's the thing about secrets in a workplace. They spread faster than truth, and they're almost always wrong. But wrong or not, they change how people act. By 10 a.m., 3 people have already updated their LinkedIn profiles. One guy in accounting starts backing up his personal files to a USB drive. A junior designer emails her resume to a recruiter, just in case. Then Elena calls the second person. This time it's Priya. She's been with the company for 18 months, quiet, does good work but never speaks up in meetings. She's the kind of employee most bosses don't notice until something goes wrong. Priya walks into the conference room looking like she's about to throw up. Door closes. This time it's shorter. Only 7 minutes. When Priya comes out, she's not pale like Marcus. She's confused. Her eyebrows are scrunched together like she just heard something that doesn't make sense. She doesn't pack her bag. She doesn't leave. She just sits back down at her desk and stares at her computer screen for a good 5 minutes without typing anything. Now the office is really confused. Because if Elena was firing everyone, why is Priya still here? And why does she look like someone just told her the earth is flat? Exploration development. By lunchtime, Elena has called in 12 people. One by one. Each meeting lasts between 5 and 20 minutes. Each person comes out with a completely different expression. Some look shocked. Some look relieved. One woman comes out crying, but then she's smiling 2 minutes later. It's like watching a reality show where nobody tells you the rules. Finally, around 1:30 p.m., Eleanor calls in James. James is the office joker, the guy who always has a prank ready. He keeps a mini basketball hoop above his trash can. He's beloved by everyone, but honestly, his performance has been slipping for 6 months. Late on deadlines. Sloppy work. He's been riding on charm alone, and everyone knows it. But nobody wants to say anything because he's so nice. James is in the conference room for 23 minutes. The longest so far! When he comes out, he's not joking. He's not smiling. He walks to his desk very slowly, sits down, and puts his head in his hands. Then he does something that makes the entire room go silent. He takes off his company lanyard, sets it on the keyboard, and walks out the front door without saying a single word. Now the panic is real. People are texting each other from across the room. Someone starts crying at her desk. A guy from the IT department literally stands up and says out loud, "Okay, what the hell is going on?" And that's when Elena walks out of the conference room. She stands in the middle of the open floor plan. Everyone goes dead silent. You could hear a pin drop from 3 floors up. Elena doesn't shout. She doesn't even raise her voice. She just says, "Everyone, meeting, 5 minutes. Main conference room." No exceptions. 38 people pile into the main conference room. Standing room only. Elena stands at the front, next to a whiteboard that's completely blank. She waits until the door closes. Then she starts talking. "I know you're all terrified," she says. "I know you think I'm firing people one by one. I know some of you have already started looking for other jobs today. And I don't blame you." She pauses, looks around the room, makes eye contact with at least a dozen different people. "Marcus didn't get fired," she says. "Marcus got a job offer this morning. A big one. A VP role at a Fortune 500 company. He came to me at 8 a.m. to give his 2 weeks' notice. I asked him to stay for 12 more minutes because I wanted to give him some career advice before he left. That's all." People start murmuring, but Elena holds up her hand. "Priya, she's not in trouble. I called her in because I noticed she's the only person in this company who hasn't asked for a raise in 2 years. I told her she's underpaid by about $20,000 compared to industry standards. Then I gave her a promotion and a raise on the spot. That's why she looked confused. She thought she was getting fired. Instead, she got more money. Now the room is completely hooked." Elena keeps going. "The woman you saw crying and then smiling? That's Sarah from design. She's been struggling with her mum's medical bills for months. She didn't tell anyone because she was embarrassed. I found out from an anonymous HR report. I called her in to tell her the company is covering her mom's next 3 treatments. She cried because she was relieved. Then she smiled because she couldn't believe it." Elena takes a breath. "And James? James wasn't fired either. James came to me 2 weeks ago and told me he's been struggling with severe anxiety. His performance slipped because he couldn't sleep. He couldn't focus. He was terrified to tell anyone because he thought he'd lose his job. Today, I told him to take 6 weeks of paid leave. Full pay, no questions asked. And when he comes back, he's getting a reduced workload for 3 months so he can ease back in." He took off his lanyard because he was crying and didn't want anyone to see his face. Silence, total silence. Then Elena says the thing that shocks everyone more than anything else. "I called every single one of you in today, not to fire anyone, not to punish anyone. I called you in because I realized I've been running this company like a machine, not like a group of human beings. I didn't know Marcus was interviewing. I didn't know Priya was underpaid. I didn't know Sarah was drowning in medical bills. I didn't know James was fighting a war inside his own head. And that's my fault." She points to the blank whiteboard behind her. "So here's what's changing. Effective immediately, every single person in this room is getting a 15% raise. Not because you asked for it, because I should have given it to you 2 years ago. Second, we're adding unlimited mental health days. No questions asked. You feel bad, you stay home. Third, I'm clearing my calendar for 2 hours every single Friday. Those 2 hours are for anyone who wants to talk. About work, about life, about anything. No judgment, no punishment. Just listening. Here's what most people get wrong about leadership. They think it's about making the hard decisions, firing the underperformers, cutting costs, protecting the bottom line. But Elena proved something completely different that day. She proved that the scariest thing an employee can hear isn't "you're fired." It's silence. It's not knowing. It's watching other people get called into a room and having no idea if you're next. Studies back this up. A 2021 study from Harvard Business Review found that workplace uncertainty causes more stress than actual bad news. People would rather know they're getting fired in 2 weeks than spend 3 months wondering if they might be. That's not opinion. That's biology. The human brain hates open loops. It would rather close a loop with bad information than leave it open with no information at all. Elena didn't just give raises and time off. She gave something more valuable. She gave certainty. She closed the loop. She stood in front of her entire team and said, "Here's the truth. All of it, the good, the bad, and the scary." And you know what happened next? Within 6 months, that company had 0 voluntary turnover. Not one person quit. Productivity went up 32%. Client satisfaction scores hit an all-time high. And that junior designer who emailed her resume to a recruiter. She deleted the email. Then she sent Elena a handwritten letter that said, "Thank you for seeing me.